I'm at Cley next to sea on the North Norfolk coast, back on the shingle. It's now coming up to low tide, about 3:30 in the afternoon. Kettle's on, which you might be able to hear in the background. And I've got 2 rods out there, both with 2 hook clip downs, and I've got them with long snoods on. Each snood is about 2'6" long. Top one has got a dongle rig on with a lump of Louis, and the bottom hook is just a J hook with a couple of big lugworm on, and I've done the same on both rods. I'm hoping that there's some bass about. There have been some about so far this summer. Well, still springtime officially, but feels like summer. Lovely warm afternoon here now. A bit breezy, but apart from that, sea's relatively calm. Oh, it is calm, so can't be too bad. A bit of colour in the sea as well. So we'll see how we get on. Like I said, hoping for a bass. So I'll cast one out, I don't know, 80 yards maybe, because the wind is blowing, it's a westerly, so that's blowing from my left to right, sort of directly down the beach. So we'll see how we get on. And the other one is casting quite close, I suppose 20-30 yards, just to see whether we pick up anything there. So fingers crossed, we'll get some bass. That would be very nice. That's really what I want today. I've got quite big hooks on. I think that the circle hooks are 3/0s, and I think the J hooks are probably 3/0s as well. So they're reasonably big. Not expecting to get anything. God, the wind is getting up again. Get much else other than bass. I don't know if there's any dogfish about yet or anything else, but bass I really want. That's the only thing I'm really after today, which is unusual for me, so I don't normally do that. I normally just have a 2 or 3 hook clip down or flapper with little size 2 hooks on, just to pick up whatever's about. But today I want to try and sort of target bass. So whether I get anything or not, I don't know. I really hope I do, because there's been a few bass caught along here, some decent sized ones as well. So we'll keep our fingers crossed and see what happens. And I'll now make me a cup of tea, and I'll get back to you in a little while. Okay, made my tea, and now baits have been in about 20-25 minutes, so let's get them in, see what there is. I haven't noticed any bites, but I've been setting up and what have you, so probably would have missed one even if I had one, but we'll see. Let's go and get them in. Right, okay, nothing on there. Got a bit of squid on there which hasn't been touched at all by the looks of it, and the worm bait on the bottom, well, that's half of it missing, but that's it. Right, nothing on that first cast. So let's say squid that I had on there on the top on the dongle, completely untouched. The worms, let's say, been in 20-25 minutes, sort of half gone, but not completely stripped. So I'll just stick a couple more worms on, leave the squid as it is, and I'll get it back out again. Right, let's go and get these on. Just had my first bite of the afternoon. Weren't a big bite, but it was a bite. But nothing to follow up though. Go on, do it again. Well, that's an improvement. Actually had a bite. Right, okay, there's been another little touch on that rod. I'm not convinced it's anything worth worrying about, but do I get it in or do I wait? I think I'll get it in. That's about due for a bait change anyway. Don't think there's anything on it, mind you. If it isn't, so small. No, nothing on there. So, no luck at all so far. Had one or two little tentative little bites, but only little bites, little tiny little taps, nothing of any consequence. I've let them sort of see where they develop, but nah, nothing. So I think it might be a change of tactics. I've got these big baits on, and this, well, a mixture of big baits on one hook and a lugworm on the other. I think what I might do is one of the rods, I've got some big king prawns here, yeah. So what I might do is put one rod with prawns on both, and then on the other rod go down to the small hooks again, and try that with just lugworm, and just try that close in, see whether there's any, just want to catch something now. I did meet one of my subscribers, just came down the beach to start his fishing session. So it's nice to meet you, Bob. Always seems strange to me, not that it happens very often, but subscriber recognises who I am. Feels always slightly weird. Anyway, that was lovely to meet you, and I hope you're having better luck, Bob, than I'm having. So I'm going to prepare these prawns for the next rebait and a different rig, and then I'm going to put the kettle on again, have another cup of tea, and sit here in the luxury of my shelter. I've always given up watching rod tops because they don't do anything. But oh well, it can only get better, let's put it that way. So I'll be back again soon if anything happens. Right, okay. What worst was going to be a blank, unbelievably, I can't believe it's going to be a blank, but turned into even worse day, a snagged, which I can't remember ever doing here, but I expect I might have done before, but could not get it out however I tried. Walked down the beach one way and tried that way, down the other, and well, no, couldn't shift it. Anyway, so then I wrapped it around my arm and pulling it out to break the line and do it like that. And in doing that, I wasn't watching quite what I was doing, and I broke the tip off the rod as well. So I'm down to one rod now and blanking. So it's just turned into a bit of a nightmare, really. A real shame. I was really looking forward to today, but it's just not my day so far. Maybe humongous bass will make my day. but I'm fearing the worst. It's going to be a blank and a broken rod and nothing else. I'm watching these other two anglers down there. Bob's one of them, who subscribed to the channel, who I met earlier. I hope he don't, well, no, I wouldn't say I hope he don't catch anything. I'll be annoyed if they start hauling fishing and I haven't caught any. But anyway, that's life, as they say. That's the life of an angler. I'll give this, I put 2 prawns on this one. So I'll get that in a little while, and then I'll go back to, I've got a 3-hook flapper or a paternoster or something in here. And I'll give that a go, and we'll go for anything that's out there. Well, that's my view out of the beach shelter at the minute. I'm just waiting for that one good bite with a fish. I've had so much bad luck recently. Alright, I fell down some steps, broke my wrist, then got a stinking cold. Now today it looks like I'm going to blank. I've lost a set of tackle and broke the tip off one of my rods. I must be due a bit of luck, I think. I've had nothing but bad luck just recently, so surely I must be due a bit of luck. But we shall sit here and hope. It's only 7:15, so I've got another best part of 2 hours, I think, before I run out of bait. Come on, just one fish and avoid the blank will do. But the fishing gods are not looking kindly on me at the minute. Especially as I've just seen someone fishing a bit down there, and that looks like he's just chucked 2 fish back in. He must be catching my fish as well. Does that count? One little crab. Now, to add to my misery, all I'm getting now is weed. Well, I've avoided the dreaded blank. One little flounder. Oh, it was only little, I think about 20 centimetres, something like that. So, at last, not a blank, so a little bit of luck. In amongst all the weed on the line as well. So I'll leave this one in, I've rebaited it, I'll leave it in for 10 minutes again, because now you can't leave it in any longer because all the bait is stripped. So, and you get a load of weed as well. So at least I've caught fish. Oh, I'm a bit happier now, so I'm celebrating. I'm making my last cup of coffee because I'm out of water now, and hopefully I might just catch another fish or 2 before I leave. Right, just about done now. It's now coming up to high tide. I'm just about out of bait. I might just have enough for one more cast, but that'll be it. So flounder and a dab, so it's 2 fish, and plenty of weed. About 5 minutes as long as you can leave the rods out just at the minute. But at least I caught something, so I'm a bit happier than I was earlier on. I don't know how Bob is getting on a bit further down. Interesting to hear. If you watch this, Bob, just let me know in the comments how you did. But anyway, thank you for watching. If you put up with it this far, please subscribe, hit the like button, and hopefully next time we'll have a bit more success. But I think today I paid the penalty for putting 2 rods out with big baits on, big hooks, hoping for a big fish. And I think that was where I went wrong. I should have stuck to my usual thing. One rod with a pulley pennel or something like that on with the big baits, with the big fish baits and what have you, rather than trying to, you know, mix it with big baits, big bits of fish, and then a second hook on a 2-hook clip down, the second one with the lugworm on. And I think I shouldn't have done that. I should have maybe did that on one rod, not 2, and then on the other one do what I'm doing now, which is a 3-hook flapper, size 2 hooks, so small hooks with lugworm. And as proved, really as soon as I put them on, I got a fish. Only 2 so far, but that'll have to do. I caught something. So thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.